Hello world, welcome to another episode of CSL TV. I'm your host Sean Sidery, and today we're going to take a look at some ways to mitigate Microsoft Office vulnerabilities on your home computers. So let's get started. Alright, so what we have here is our standard Windows 10 home system that we've used in previous videos. And I'm just going to take a look and confirm my Microsoft Office. And I've got a couple files in my documents. There's a Word document, a small PowerPoint presentation. I believe this is Office 2016. And I'll also open up the Excel file while I'm at it. So I have presentation, screenshots inserted, basic Microsoft Office Excel things, basic formula setup. We know it's Microsoft Office. So the easiest thing to do to deal with Microsoft Office vulnerabilities is to run updates. So it's not always on by default in terms of how you've installed Office, but what you can do is go into the File menu, Account, and you'll normally see, if you have a licensed and fully activated version of Microsoft Office, you will actually see an Updates button here. So why do we not get an Updates button here? Because it's an evaluation or unactivated version of Microsoft Office. So what's the next best thing I can do in this case? Since I can't actually download the updates automatically, bit of a cheeky response, I'm going to go into Settings, Apps, find Microsoft Office, in this case Pro Plus. I'm going to click Uninstall. Yes, I'm getting rid of Microsoft Office because in my scenario right here, I don't have a license for Microsoft Office. It won't update. So rather than try and run an old version that's not going to get security updates or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and just remove it. So the next question is, of course, what am I going to do without Microsoft Office? What if I need to work? So a couple options. As far as Microsoft Office goes, there are licenses called Microsoft Office Student Teacher Edition. They're usually fairly well priced, not very expensive. But in reality, we found that most users don't actually need a full version of Office. And rather than, or a full licensed version, and rather than try and download a pirated version, which strongly advise you never try to do with any application, any system, is to use open source. So as soon as Microsoft Office, or actually we're going to let this run in the background, I'm going to point out here two good alternatives to Microsoft Office, and they are completely free. They are open source and usable for your typical home user, students, and maybe even small businesses. So one version of a productivity suite is called LibreOffice, LIBRE office.org, and another is called OpenOffice by the Apache Foundation. We personally actually use LibreOffice, and you can see there's a download link. Now, I wouldn't want to start caveat on this. We wouldn't recommend this for a business, a small business, unless you're willing to pay for support. Because at the end of the day, free is nice, but you still need support in case I need to close my browser while I'm uninstalling Office. That's fine. So let that finish. So I'm uninstalling Office. No more Office updates to deal with, the bloat, the speed issues, and all the rest. So I was saying on the LibreOffice and OpenOffice, wouldn't necessarily recommend this for a business unless you pay for a business support plan. Free is nice, but if something were to break, you do want the ability to call the vendor for support to fix your issues. So I can click the download button to save time. I've already downloaded the file, and if you can see here, LibreOffice is 348 megabytes, far smaller than the stuff that Microsoft puts out. And let's give it a minute for this to uninstall. And it's generally best when you're uninstalling or installing any app like this to go ahead and reboot in between. So I'm going to uninstall this. We're going to reboot, and I'll come back in just a moment. Okay, so we've rebooted. We're logging back in now. And as we can see, my Microsoft Office files won't open. There's my CPU starts responding any day now. Okay, so Microsoft Office has been uninstalled, and if I try to double click my PowerPoint presentation, my PPTX file, doesn't know what to do with it. So let's go ahead and install LibreOffice. And so one of the things that as this installs, I'm going to mention that Microsoft applications are one of the most targeted applications by threat actors in the world. So by simply uninstalling Microsoft Office, we've now mitigated that risk by not having Microsoft Office installed. Now, that doesn't mean that LibreOffice or OpenOffice is completely immune to vulnerabilities or threat actors, but the threat actors target where the likelihood of success is greatest. So if they're going to target Microsoft Office because it's present on 99% of the 6 billion computers or whatever they are worldwide, by switching to something, some alternative, we've just removed ourselves from that target list. So here we are, installation for LibreOffice 7.5.03. I'm just going to go ahead and do a typical, accept the defaults. Through some internet trickery, some video trickery, we're going to fast forward through all this. Alright, LibreOffice is now installed, and if I go into my documents, notice that the icons have now been associated. Let me go ahead and open these up. And as you can see, my file opened up just fine. I'll open up the PowerPoint and Excel as well. Also notice it's actually running faster than Microsoft Office. See, there's my Prezzo and all that good stuff. So one of the key things about LibreOffice and OpenOffice as well is what's really nice is you've got a couple of features built in. Export directly as PDF. So no need to necessarily purchase a PDF creator. We can talk about open source alternatives later. So it created directly a PDF file. In this case, I'll open it in Firefox browser just to show that it does work. So that's a nice feature of PDF creation built into your documents. Don't even need to print. So not only can LibreOffice directly export to PDF format, you can actually edit PDFs as well with some basic manipulations. So I'm going to go into my PDF file. There's a presentation. Sorry, I had to think through the icons. If I right click, I can do open with LibreOffice Draw. So there is an image editing program in there built into the suite, and as you can see, this is a PDF file, and I can do some basic things like edit my presentation. I'll save. I'm going to go ahead and save. Now it's prompting me to change because I edited it. I've put it in a new format, so I'll save it as a presentation. So not that one, not that X. So notice I have a new Microsoft Office presentation of open document format, and when I edit it, notice it has, this is my presentation now. So I can take this and go straight into PDF, export as PDF. Yep, so I'm just going to export directly, don't need any options in this case. And just directly create the file. I'm going to overwrite, I have to give it a new name, just that way we can see the difference. And notice, so the first PDF, make sure I'm editing the right file. So hold on one second. Yeah, this is the first PDF, so Firefox PDF, sorry, I opened the wrong one. There we go. PDF, Firefox PDF. This is version 1, my first version, when I directly exported it. As you can see here, PDF file. And I'm going to open up my second one. And you can see the edited version. So right there, LibreOffice works with Microsoft Office files natively, directly export and edit PDF, export to and edit PDFs. And then I'll just pick on Word in this case. One of the key things is backward compatibility. So if you are exchanging files with a school or with work or something like that, you do have the option to save as, and you do have the major Microsoft versions. So you've got Microsoft Word in this case, Word 2007 through 365, basically the latest versions of DocX, but the native format is called ODF, Open Document Format. Point is, you can exchange files natively with Microsoft users, and it just works just fine. It looks, for the average typical user, it's got all the key features, fonts, spell check, grammar correction, layout, all those fun things. In terms of Excel, it supports all the basic, that's presentations. It supports all the basic formula formats, so very basic, obviously. So standard formula there, but very similar look and feel. In fact, in most cases, you can actually use the Excel syntax for formulas. So there you go. Easiest way to two ways to deal with Microsoft Office vulnerabilities. One is make sure you update, but if for some reason you can't update because you haven't purchased a Microsoft Office license, it's cost too much, you don't have access to it, your version's out of date, and you can't get updates, so just uninstall it, switch to something like LibreOffice, and you're good to go. And we're going to take it a step further, talk about PDF readers. Since Firefox is a little slow, I'm going to use another open source tool called Sumatra PDF. I've been using that for quite a while now. It's quite fast and easy to use, and let's go through that process of installing it as well. I'm going to get the latest 64-bit version. Look how small it is, all of 7 megabytes. It's refreshing in this day and age to find software measured in megabytes instead of gigabytes. There we go. It's installed. You can set, there are a couple options for if you want a multiple document interface, as in documents and tabs or separate windows. We're just going to leave defaults for now. The main thing I want to show you is opening my PDFs in that format. So right click, open with Sumatra PDF. Look how fast that was at opening. And I'll go do the same thing with the other one that we had originally. Right click, open with Sumatra PDF, and there you go. Very quick, easy to use, completely free. And to follow through completely, I'm going to be thorough here and make sure that my file type association for PDF in this case is set correctly. So I go to settings and apps, go to default apps. I'm going to go choose default apps for file type. I just want to make sure that from now on, PDFs do open in Sumatra PDF. Any day now. There we go. Scroll down till I find PDF. Still set to Firefox. I'm going to go ahead and change that to Sumatra PDF. I can actually, if I want to, come into Documents. If I do it's already taken care of. So you notice that my icon now reflects the Sumatra PDF. So I can just double click now. Opens up nice and quickly inside Sumatra PDF. So there you go. Some free alternatives, some free open source tools to replace your paid Microsoft or Adobe, in this case as well, applications. LibreOffice, OpenOffice, both good choices, and Sumatra PDF when it comes to a PDF reader. Small, lightweight, open source, free, and for all purposes, same functionality as probably 80-90% of the big name commercial tools. So I hope you should enjoy those tips, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Hello world, welcome to another I got off to a great start on that one. Didn't get past the first sentence. Take 2. Hello world, and welcome to another episode, and welcome. Hello Hobbs. Are you gonna come work with me? No. Okay, he's not gonna work with me. Take 4. Another ridiculous. To do something I forgot already. Great start. How do I pause? I don't remember how. So I hope you like those tips. And something else I'm going to say along the lines, I'm sure we can edit that out in post. This is no good. I will start over.